TWF um, collision or hit. I, Tony Schiavone, here with Jim Ross and with Montel Vertadius Porter. And today on Collision or Hit, today we're going to see Father Yule or Santa Claus or whatever you want to call him, because he has more than one name. And we'll see him here today. He'll be here all the way from the 11th month until at least the end of the 12th month. Here he comes now. Well, Jim Ross said it'll be good to see Father Yule and get to see what he's going to say or do here today on Collision or Hit. Well, maybe we'll get to see Montel Vertadius Porter says who's on the good list and who's on the bad list. I gotta believe, Tony and Jim, you gotta be on a bad list. Why would we make you think that, Tony Schiavone says? Why make you think that we're on the bad list? At the end of the day, Jim Ross said you could be the one who'd be on the bad list. Ho, ho, ho. Happy Yule. I know it's not Yule yet. It's the 11th month. I know Thanksgiving, or at least the 4-1 Reich's offshoot of Thanksgiving, is the big holy day. But a lot of folks around this time get all their Yule things ready. A lot of folks start doing Yule shopping. Some get all the Yule things out. Santa Claus dolls start showing up all over the stead. And I came here to give you a little word about the true meaning of Yule. Yule is onlooking the birth of Jesus, Son of God. And yes, it was since God so loved this world and loved mankind and womankind so much that he was willing to give us his son. He was willing to give us his son, Jesus, as a gift. And that gift that God gave us was Jesus. And that gift was one, sins being atoned for, one, having a stead in heaven through God and through Jesus, and having love and forgiveness. You see, mankind and womankind were sinful. God does not like sin. But God does not hate the sinner. He hates the sin, but not the sinner. But our sins, which were many, made us look dirty in God's eyes. And God felt that we were not clean enough to get to heaven. So God gave us Jesus. And when Jesus yielded up his life, all that blood that was spilt, all that blood cleaned us. Made us as clean as we were in the beginning when God first crafted us. So now we can get to heaven through God and through Jesus, because our sins were cleaned away, atoned for, and always forgiven for. Now, it gets me started about that good and bad list, because over the years, a lot of folks have said shit about me over the years. A lot of folks have scathed me for all kinds of, dealings that have scathed me over the years, and said, you should not, and said that I was in the wrong, for, I know when folks are asleep, and I know when folks are awake. I know when someone's been bad or good. That is far as what my wisdom is, but I'm not the one that, goes around, I am not the one, who goes around. I am not the one, I do not go around and doom anyone for their deeds, their sins or their misdeeds or whatever that happens to be. The only one that can truly doom someone for that is Jesus, and God and Jesus. And I can just give forgiveness to folks, because I am flawed myself. But folks giving me and saying, oh, well, you when folks are awake and when folks are asleep, You know if someone's bad or good. You're this or that. And folks scathing me for how I have to come into a house, either through a smokestack, through a fire instead of through the lead door, and that, oh, I'm evil, I'm this, I'm that, I'm not. All I know is someone's awake, someone's asleep. They're good, they're bad. That is as far as what wisdom God and Jesus give me. And that's it. Oh, is that so? Uh-oh. Father Yule. Santa Claus. Geez, how many nicknames do you have? I mean, some also call you Christopher Kringle, but hey, that can't be. You can't be the same man. Yeah. And now I can't stand up in a ring anymore? I mean, what's up with that? Before I could stand up in a ring, now I cannot. What the fuck? I'll just lean against here. Alright, first off, you forgot something that I wanted many years ago. You did. There's that one year I wanted to have, a BB gun. Oh, well, whatever. What I get is, sorry, no, you're going to shoot your eye out. Or how about that other year, Baron Corbin says, that other year, when I have been good all year, because I chose to be good. And I thought, oh, this year, I'm going to get that blown up Titanic or Eiffel thing right there. What did I get instead of notes saying couldn't fit in the sleigh? Are you kidding me? Yeah. Because now you're going to owe me everything that you didn't get me. And, well, there's Taylor now. Hey. You're not going to scathe Father Yule or do any of that shit. Yes, he's forgotten gifts. Yes, he's made mistakes. He's manlike. Oh, manlike, well, some might, yeah. But he's still manlike. And so, Baron Corbin, what is it with you? I mean, earlier this year, you were good. Now you're a heel now. Oh, get out of here, Taylor. This has nothing to do with you. This has nothing to do with Stargate Atlantis bullshit. Or any Stargate bullshit for that need. No. No, I think it does. I think it does. Hold it. I can handle this one. I couldn't buy it that year. Look, I'm sorry if I didn't know what you meant. Sorry I couldn't get to be on my sleigh. But if you're going to start misbehaving, well, you're not going to be getting that gift this year. Well, no, I got to give you a gift this year. Yeah, you see, folks gave me for that. But it's going to be like that least thing it's going to be like, not the first thing on your list. I mean, yeah, sorry that I'm sorry that I couldn't get that on my play that year. But I will give it to you this year if you're going to behave yourself. Well, you get Jesus anyway. And I forgive you for what you did. Now, you're going to forgive me for a lot of shit. Alright. Father Yule needs to get going now. Taylor, I think you can handle this business, can you not? Well, no, Father Yule, I want you to be with me and watch me take out, this creep. Oh, well, where does Taylor Arrogant get off shit calling Baron Corbin a creep? I mean, now we got the match now. Ding, oh, right off the front, we got Taylor Arrogant, or whatever, taking on Baron Corbin. Tony Schiavone says. Baron Corbin angry because he didn't get the Ethel loaned up sitter, whatever, 1 year. Then upset he didn't get the toy gun he got the other year, Tony Schiavone said. And Taylor Aragon, standing up for Father Yule with a suplex. I could tell you something right now, Jim Ross says. Taylor Aragon, or Taylor has, she knows what she's doing. She standing up for Father Yule. I don't know why Baron Corbin is now a heel now, when he was good all the way up until now. Well, Tony, I could tell you what, sometimes good folks don't always end last, and they end last. So that's why Baron Corbin chose to become a heel. Montel Ratavius Porter says he's going to make Father Yule give him the things he didn't give him that year. Wait a minute, Taylor Aragon coming back. Oh! And Baron Corbin taking down Taylor Aragon. And what he calls the Deep Six. And the end of days. And now he's like, hey, Santa Claus, I know you're still around, Father Yule. And you're going to owe me that gift you want. No, I'm not. You keep this up, you're not going to get that gift. Give me that bag. I know there's something in it. I'm going to even come out of my bag. Oh, you never put your hands on Father Yule's bag, Tony Schiavone says. That's the first oversight. Yeah, Jim Ross says. And it looks like that Baron Corbin didn't learn it, Jim Ross said. The mask should be thrown out. Montel Ratavius Porter says, due to what Santa Claus or Father Yule or whatever he did. And now Taylor Aragon is now going to come from the top steeple and down on him. The mask should have been thrown out. But Father Yule, what Santa Claus did was wrong, Montel Ratavius Porter says. He should put himself on his own bad list. 1, 2, 3. Ding, ding, ding. Here is your, oh, come on. Here is your winner, Taylor Aragon. Whatever. Taylor has beat Baron Corbin here today on the Impact or Hit. On Collision or Hit. And though he's not happy, about losing his match here today, on Collision or Hit. Well, would you be happy? Tony Schiavone says. Maybe he'll shift his behavior. Maybe he'll start behaving right. We can only hope, right? Tony Schiavone says. Yeah, we can only hope too, Jim Ross says, that Baron Corbin starts behaving right though. And sometimes you don't always get, sometimes it's not the gifts you get, it's not the gifts that you get, but the gifts that you give, Jim Ross says. Yeah, well, Montel Ratavius Porter says Father Yule should be put in lockup for striking and hitting someone with his bag. You don't know what could be in there, Montel Ratavius Porter said. You don't know what they could be put in there. Yeah, but I don't think Father Yule had anything in that bag. Tony Schiavone says that Baron Corbin could say he got hit in the head with badly. I don't think there's anything bad in that bag. Yeah, Jim Ross said, I've seen Father Yule hit that many folks with that bag, and nothing bad seemed to happen with that. All right, take it away, Bob Locke. Thank you, Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross. I'm going to be talking with Baron Corbin here today on Collision or Hit. All right, Baron Corbin. It seems you had a bind with Father Yule, and you were kind of angry that you did not get your gift you wanted. First off, Bob Block, what happened to you? Both your hands are taped up now. Anyway, yeah, something bad did seem to happen to me. Father Yule forgot all about my gifts one Yule. Then Baron Corbin, then Taylor gets in my rear, so I gotta deal with her, and I would have had her beat if he didn't hit me with that bag of toys. You hear me, Father Yule? If I get my hands on you, it's gonna be all over. You know. And I should have won that match due to Father Yule doing what he did to me. Well, sorry that you didn't win the match, and sorry that you didn't get the gifts that you thought you should have gotten for Yule those years. But you know, everyone gets Jesus as a gift at Yule, and that is the true gift everyone gets. Yeah, and what Father Yule's going to get is the end of days in a deep six if I ever get my hands on him. I want to ask you, why did you choose to shift heel now? Well, that's my business why I choose to shift heel, Bob Block. And you have no right to ask me that. This isn't over, Father Yule. And Taylor, you started something with me. And I'm going to end it. Alright, that's my talk with Baron Corbin. Back to you, Tony Schiavone and Jim Ross. Well, thank you, Bob Block, for, talking with Baron Corbin, here today on Collision or Hit. And that's all the time we got it for Collision or Hit. I, Tony Schiavone, with Jim Ross and Montel Rotadius Porter, we hope you like Collision or Hit, and we'll see you tomorrow for Power or Might.